When it comes to prospecting, this is one of those areas that many salespeople struggle with, whether it's because you don't want to do it or you don't know how to do it. On today's episode, my guest is going to talk to you about how you can mentally prepare and a strategy that you can use, a specific strategy to become a prospecting expert. You are going to appreciate this one, I guarantee you. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another great episode of the Sales Evangelist podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Donald C. Kelly, the Sales Evangelist. And I'm so excited for another great episode. I'm so excited to be here with you today. And on this episode, we have an amazing guest. He was just on my other podcast, Selling in Color, and his name is Mr. AJ Vassar. Check out that episode. I have it linked in the show notes. And AJ, he comes in from the world of educating sales professionals, entrepreneurs. He is a sales professional himself because he's always a seller. On my podcast, The Selling in Color, one of the things that AJ said was that his mentor taught him back in the days that entrepreneur is a fancy word for sales. And I couldn't agree with him any more on that. So on this podcast, you're going to hear AJ give one of the strategies that's worked for him because we want to make sure we help you going into this new year. We've been in a new year for a few months now, a couple months now. We want to make sure that you understand and that you're doing your darnest to succeed when it comes towards connecting with people, growing your pipeline, and helping the rest of the year to look good. So take some of the principles that he shared today and apply it. I want to talk about that, like mentally preparing yourself to become a prospecting expert. How do we do that as a sales professional or an entrepreneur?
So in sales, right, we learn ABC of sales, always be closing, right? I think what they didn't tell us is the ABC of prospecting, always be connecting.
Ooh, say that one more time for the people in the back.
So the ABCs of prospecting is always be connecting, right? So we want to make sure that we're always connecting with people. And I think as entrepreneurs, we get so caught up in our day-to-day that we forget to make the connections. We forget to make the new connections. We forget to, start connecting with people outside of our circle. That's why I love what you're doing with your podcast. Me and you didn't know each other, but because of your podcast, I'm able to come in. We've started having dialogue and, I'm like, man, this dude is doing some great things. And, you put me out to your audience. I'm putting my audience on to you. So it's always be connecting. And a lot of times in sales, I think one of the things we don't appreciate is making the connections that don't help us at this moment, right? There's a friend I know named Melissa down in Atlanta. She's one of the best connectors I know because she's always introducing people to other people that can help them. So everybody is talking about Melissa because she's always helping people get business. So she does a brain train center. So you better believe anytime anybody's talking about brain, neuroplasticity, anything that's going on with concussions, anything, I'm like, yo, you got to go to Melissa, right? Because she's connected me with so many people that now she's top of mind when it comes to, connection. So we want to do that as well. We want to become that top of mind connection as well for others. And you do that, not only by focusing on making the connection for ourselves, but making the connection for others. As entrepreneurs and as salespeople, we have to realize that being a connector is one of the things that will really help us expand our business. And it makes it easier to sell to people because everybody has a sales guard up. Right?
Ooh, yeah.
They're like, oh, I don't want nobody to sell to me. And it's like, well, actually, I just want to connect you to some people that I think would help you out, right? I don't need anything from you. Then next question is, well, what do you do?
Money in the bank.
Right? So that's one of the cool reasons why, for me, it's like I'm learning from people like her, from people like David Boswell, Jody Bach. I'm learning from these people. Because they're showing me that it's really about helping others be connected, because just by doing that, you put yourself in a position to reap rewards, right? And by putting yourself in that position, man, it's nuts the type of things how life can open up to you just because you started helping others.
Salesperson, I don't have time to do that. I'm too busy. I got to update CRM. I got a lot of stuff that I have to do. I have to do demos. I don't have the time to just connect people who's not going to be a win for me. Management needs me to get appointments right now.
Do you have time to make money? Right? I mean, because that's what it comes.
Yeah.
Right? It's almost like I don't have time to lose weight, but I need to get fit.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Like you make time, right?
Yeah.
And this is the thing. Too often we as salespeople go in believing someone needs us, right? So when I start off the conversation, finding out who I can connect them to, maybe I do need to connect them to me,
Yeah.
but maybe I don't, right? And I come off as more authentic if I lead with other people than myself, and I show that I'm truly looking out for their best interests if I'm leading with others and not with what I do, because then it seems like, wow, this is really good. So to the person that says they don't have time, I would tell them, the people that you're on the phone trying to convince, you're wasting your time, because they're going to say no anyway. So why not become an asset to them?
Yeah.
Because if I'm an asset, then you'll deal with me again. You'll take my phone call, right? Because I'm an asset. Because every time you talk to me, I'm always looking for a way to help you. And you know, when I offer my service to you, it's because I believe it really can help you. Not because I'm just blowing smoke or I'm trying to make a sale or I'm trying to get a commission. You're like, nah, every time this guy says something, it's to help me.
Yeah.
So now I'm a trusted advisor.
Dave, it wasn't Dale Carnegie that said it? Like, if you help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want.
Zig Ziglar.
Zig said it. So if I'm helping you get what you want, if I know that if I go into that call, because it is human nature, if I do that, if you're a good human, you're probably going to follow up and say, Donald, well, what do you do, man? Because every time because that happened with this podcast. Like, I connect with sales leaders all the time, and they'll come on the show to give tips, and I want to take their stuff and I share it out there, and they're like, dang, Donald, I see the stuff. Tell me what exactly you do. We do training. Oh, well, do you ever talk about do a sales kickoff? My friend is looking for somebody right now. And that's how money starts to come from that. But it's an idea of, like you said, going into this with a, how can I give rather than how can I get? And I think that's where people get a mistake. I can send you a quick message and say, AJ, bro, love what you do, and I see you're down in Colombia, or I see you running this organization. Congratulations on that. I'm not trying to blow up steam or whatnot, but I just want to tell you, one of the things I decided to do earlier this year is to figure out, is help people. I know, what are your goals? What are some of your top goals for the year? Like, what are you trying to accomplish? No strings attached. I ain't trying to sell you nothing. I can't even sell you anything. Like, you know what I mean? But just, I think if you did an audio message like that, it comes across so much more different, or even just like a regular message. Like, what are you trying to accomplish this year, bro? Like, that's so different.
How can I help, or who can I connect you with?
Yes, I think that part is great too, because it's not like, if who can I connect you to? It's not like I'm trying to do a sideways thing to get to sell you something. It's like I got peoples. I want to connect you to some folks.
I would love to hear what you're working on, because I think I got some connections that may be able to help you.
Love it, man. If somebody listening to the show want to get connected with you, how did they go about doing that, AJ?
Call my mother.
Oh!
No, I'm playing. No, I'm on all social media at AJ Vassar. AJ V as in Victor, ASSAR. So, connect with me.
That was AJ Vassar, and I want you to go and connect with him, because just like I prepped and I told you at the beginning, this guy brings value, and hopefully you saw that. One of the things that I took away was that ABC, like, always be connecting, and it's not the traditional way that we've learned as sales professionals, that we need to go out there and we need to sell and close, and pitch people. It's about connecting with folks, and I love that strategy. As always, I want you to thrive and succeed. I want you to apply the things you learn from our sponsors. I want you to connect with our guests, because both our guests and sponsors are dedicated towards your result and success. Most importantly, I want you to close more deals, but raise your level of thinking and go out and do big things. Thank you so much for watching today.